Anyway, how about that football? Am I
Yeah.
right?
The footballs, you get a
Yeah.
basket,
Yeah.
fling a ball to get a
And you score the
basket.
goals.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, that three-pointer last week, that was
I love
amazing.
scoring 3-pointers.
Ooh, that was amazing.
Yes.
I'm already falling asleep.
That goes to show why this is a mostly video game podcast and not a sports podcast.
Yep.
Because video games are more
Man,
interesting.
I can tell you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to
They
another.
don't have to
Ooh,
cut
did you-
back to a replay every 15 seconds and then spend replaying the exact same 5-second shot for 30 minutes, cut to commercial, come back, and then just redo the kickoff. So that's my rant on why I don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Football.
Someone's watched a few Super Bowls,
Yes.
or at least
Yeah, that I think basically sums it up.
at this point, I think the game is more interesting than the commercials, but that's only because the commercials have just gotten terrible.
The commercials have been really lackluster.
Yeah. The last really good one was that Christopher Walken one. With the walk-in closet.
Naturally.
Uh,
The walk-in closet.
Yes, it was
I have
great.
not seen this Super Bowl ad.
It was some Kia ad, and it was glorious. I wish I had seen it like as it was happening, but it was one of those Super Bowls where I didn't care, so I just left the room, and I didn't make it back for the commercials. And then my family started yelling at me, "Hey, come here! It's Christopher Walken. You love Christopher Walken." And I ran in, and I missed because it's like just a reveal where the commercial seems like a normal commercial, and then all of a sudden there's Christopher Walken. It was amazing.
Beautiful.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode of Talk the Plank.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's great content.
I don't really have an opening.
Very exciting.
Around, do we?
Yeah, we had a decent opening going for a bit, and now we just kind of dropped the ball.
We've already run out. We've already run out of material.
We dropped the ball.
Dropped the football.
Fumbled.
Time
Time for an instant replay.
All right, instant replay. How'd that go again?
Awkward silence.
Yes. Wow. What a fumble. I can't believe they did that.
Now let's watch it from a different angle.
A different angle. Oh, we did another play. Hey, let's go back and look at that fumble again.
Here's an obvious yellow circle around the thing that happened. Woo!
Did you see it? Could you see it? I don't know. Here, let's try it again. Anyway, Aaron, how's your...
All right, commercial.
Actually, it's been like...
Yeah,
it's closer to a month, I think, at this point.
It has been about a month, I think.
It's, fairly close to it, I think. Not over a month or so. Yeah, my last several weeks have been decently exciting. Nothing too exhilarating, but in terms of things I played, I played actually quite a bit. To start, I played a game called Chicory, A Colorful Tale. That game it's just super comfy. That's one of the comfiest games I've played in a long while. It basically takes place in a world that's lost its color, and you have a magic paintbrush, and you can paint the world in. And you have to go on an adventure as this little dog person. It's amazing. It's incredibly comfortable. The message is great. About depression and handling that and its relation to art. It's very, very nice, very comfy game.
That sounds kind of like Grease. Did you ever play that one?
No, I didn't. Is that the one that just came out?
No, Grease came out a while back.
Okay, because I know there's another game called Grease that just came out.
Yeah, it's Gris. I think it's pronounced Grease. It might be Gris.
Oh, Gree.
Gree? Is it just Gree?
Yeah, it's gray in French, I believe.
Ah, well, that would explain it. There's an extra letter in there that doesn't make a sound.
The French love their silent letters.
Ugh.
Naturally. But yeah, I played Grease. I love Grease. That was a great game. Nice. I like the watercolor environments in that.
Oh yeah,
very
gorgeous game.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed Chicory. It's one of the better games I think I've played in a while, and it was getting really good reviews, which is why I picked it up. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, why not? I'll do that. That sounds like fun. And it was, so I'm glad I got it. After that, I jumped on the bandwagon, the phenomenon that was Splitgate. Have you guys heard about Splitgate at all?
I might have heard the name.
No, I don't think so.
I think I heard the name.
So it came out. It's a shooter that's a mixture of Halo and Portal, and originally it came out. Yeah, so it has like Halo's gunplay, but like you can shoot portals like from the game Portal, and it came out 2 years ago originally, but it only launched on PC to sort of lackluster reception. But then they finally decided they were going to launch it on consoles, which caused like everybody to go nuts for it. So the beta had upwards of 2-hour-long waiting times.
Oh,
because there were so many. Yeah, there were so many people trying to get in, and they had like next to no server space. So there was a massive like group push to play the game, and I got in a couple times. Sometimes I had to wait like an hour, which sucked. But the game is really fun, so I didn't mind it at all. Yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. I mean, it's very much Halo-esque.
Yeah, I'm looking at
and
the little trailer they have on Steam, and it looks like some hectic fun.
Yeah, it is crazy. The way the portal plays that people do absolutely blow my mind. It's like me in Fortnite, where the Fortnite build mechanic, I'm just god awful at it, so I can't play it. Like I feel like it's the same thing with Splitgate and me, because it's like I'll sometimes remember to put a portal down behind somebody and like shoot them or whatever, but like 99% of the time I'm just like, let me just go run over there. Oh wait, I could have shot a portal. Whoops, I forgot.
You're not thinking of portals.
Exactly. I'm not thinking with portals. But when I did remember to do it, it was very cool and satisfying. And the game is a ton of fun. So
yeah, that looks way
glad
over
I
my
picked
head.
that up. Yeah, no, it's
I'm
very
not big
difficult.
brain
but
enough for
tons
this
of fun.
FPS, which isn't anything I thought I'd ever say. But...
Yeah. Listen, I have trouble enough with Portal. Add in people trying to shoot me.
Nah.
Man.
Nah, I like being able to just sit in a room for 5 minutes going, all right, what do I do first?
Yeah. But it looks
but anyway,
freaking
so I played that.
They have a disco ball as instead of the skull. That's nice.
Yep. For it's for a game mode where you have to hold the ball for as long as you can to gather points for your team.
This looks like
you can bash them with it.
This just looks like Halo.
It does. It is. It's basically Halo. Like I said, the gameplay is almost a pure copy. Even you know how they have the thing where it's like every time you get more kills, it's like some crazy new medal, like double kill, triple kill,
Oh yeah,
Kilimanjaro, etc. They have that in there too.
Nice.
Where if you get 4 kills in a row, it's Kill Action Agency, which I think is very nice. So Splitgate's fun. It's for free, so I mean,
there you go.
It's a ton of fun.
Now, has it coming to console revived the PC fan base?
There's crossplay, so yeah.
PC,
yeah, you can play with all the console players. Yeah, it's a blast.
That seems like it could be really bad for console players.
It is, which is why I turned off crossplay the very first thing I did when I got into the game. Every game that has crossplay, I have to turn it off because it's like I can't. PC players are just too much, man. Mouse and keyboard was not meant to cross-pollinate with controller. It was not meant to be. So the very first thing I do is turn off crossplay because I'm not about that life.
Now you just got to get good. You got to slow walk all over them.
Yes, exactly. After that, I picked up a PlayStation VR game, the first one I've picked up in a while, called Fracked, which is basically it's a shooter in which you go to a fracking operation in the Arctic, and there are weird crystal zombies it wasn't a particularly good game. I picked it up thinking because the first trailer they showed it at E3, which is how I found out about it. Looked fairly impressive. They did like this cool climbing section where it's like Uncharted, where it starts to like break apart on you as you climb it. It's actually pretty cool, and those sections were cool in the game, but the gunplay was just kind of boring. You only get 2 permanent guns, so there's not a whole lot of gun variety, and the enemies are just kind of boring, and the story is boring. So it's not really anything to write home about. Yeah, luckily it was fairly cheap. I think it was only like $20. So I mean, I didn't waste too much on it. I was glad to get into VR though, because that inspired me to go back to a couple of VR games that have been sitting in my library for forever. First, Tetris Effect, which is still top 3 top 3 VR games for me.
Definitely.
Like, genuinely one of my faves. I can't get enough of it. I can just replay that first level over and over a million times. It's amazing.
That game's amazing. Res Infinite is also freaking amazing.
Yes, Res is awesome. I think I'm probably going to play that next if I want to pick up another VR game again. So I played some Tetris. That was a blast. I love Tetris Effect. Such a good game. So then I decided to pick up again the VR game Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Proceeded to poop my pants and was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this."
Still not about that.
Nope.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no. The first time I played it, I was a bit braver. I'm definitely less brave than I used to be. So I got through like the first 2 or 3 nights of the first game, and then I'm like, nope. I'm done. Because those jump scares in VR, man, they are brutal. They are so brutal. I even played. I only played the first 3 nights of the first game, but I played like some of the mini games because they're easy and you don't get jump scared that easily. So I was like, this is the only thing I am comfortable playing, as I cannot take any more than this. It's too much.
Is it like just the games, the regular games, but in VR, or is it its own game?
It is the first 3 games in VR. It's actually, I think, all of the games up to that point. So there's the first 3, and then there's like the house game where you're like, instead of in the evil Chuck E. Cheese's, you're in the house, and you have to like hide from a bunch of animatronics or whatever. So they have that in there, and then they have a few VR specific mini games. Like there's vent cleaning, where you're in a vent and you have to complete a bunch of mini games while keeping an eye on this animatronic that's trying to get you. So that's fun. And then there was one where you have to manually service the animatronics, and if you mess up, you get a jump scare, which is great because they're staring you down the whole time, which is very unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a fun game. I just I cannot play that for the life of me because it destroys me. I am absolutely destroyed by it. Maybe I'll give it another try at some point in the future.
You have more fortitude with horror games than me. I look at the weird baby thing in Resident Evil 8 and I go, I'm never playing this game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the baby thing. I love that section in RE8. That's a great section. But yeah, it is very spoopy. It is probably the spoopiest section in the game.
I just even like
Easily.
thinking about it, I just tense up. No.
So no. No, you know me in horror. I can't do horror games. I can do movies and books, not games.
I can barely do
I don't blame
movies.
you. I still remember when we showed you the game. What was it, with the swan boat?
Oh my
or
gosh.
whatever, or you were in the motel. I remember when we introduced you to that. That was an exceptional time.
Cool.
It made
I remember like the phone ringing and I pick it up and it's just like this child like, "Are you my daddy?" And I just say out loud, "I'm sorry, you got the wrong number," and I hang up the phone.
It makes for great entertainment.
It does. It absolutely does.
I think at one point it broke down and
So
started
anyway,
throwing beer bottles at the wall.
Good times.
that was a blast.
Good times, yeah.
Good times.
Maybe for you too.
It was. Anyway, after that, I played another VR game, Arizona Sunshine, which is a neat little zombie game that takes place in Arizona, where you're a wisecracking survivalist that is looking for other people. It's a fun, neat little game. I enjoy that. It's not the most technically robust of games, but it's still fun. And I got to play. I played it with the aim controller, so with like the two-handed like gun controller, and it's a blast with that. Honestly, I still think probably the individual move controllers are better, just because they allow you to actually interact with the environment. But playing with two-handed weapons is still pretty fun. In general, I think I probably should have played with the move controllers though. But anyway, that game was fun. That one didn't take very long to beat. That one was pretty short. Then after that, I played some more Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, my brother and his friends who were in a D&D group together, they recently started getting into that. So they were like, "Hey, you should come play with us." And so I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" But they were on a different data center, so I had to make an entirely new character. And
Oh
basically
my
start over from
gosh.
scratch.
Oh, dear.
Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't
Luckily,
worry. I believe Endwalker's gonna change that.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, because
Right.
I mean I was only like level 24, so it wasn't too bad. But even then, I got to level 9 pretty quickly,
Mhm.
which is where I am right now. Um, but yeah, I played a little bit with them. They all have the full version, and I only have the free trial, so it was like I couldn't do like anything with them, but like do raids. So um, I probably need to pick up the full version at some point because I really want the full features of the game so I can do all that with them and you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do that at some point.
I'm
Though.
so
And I
hyped
made
for
another
it.
cat girl, by the way.
Level
Of course you
60 cap.
did. Of course you did.
I had to. I
Yeah.
couldn't not.
Freaking more
And I
cat
chose
girls.
yet another name that's just my name but spelled different
Of course,
because I had to.
because we don't have enough cat girls in this freaking game.
Nope.
I think we have like 3 cat girls in the other group.
Of course.
Me,
Of
my
course.
brother's girlfriend. One of them. One of my friends is playing a bunny girl, so he's got
Man
that
of
going
culture.
on. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, they did. I was surprised they paid because you can pay $25 to get to max level, so they like all paid $25 to just get to max level instantly. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, I want to level up the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
So
Well, number one,
I have zero plans.
level up the old-fashioned way and go through the story
Yeah.
and learn
Yeah.
learn your
Yeah,
learn your job as you go along.
Yeah, I got the impression that they basically didn't care about the story at all and just like wanted to do raids and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
So I mean, they definitely should though, because I've heard the story is really good.
Yes.
I mean, at least it was really good as far as I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get like the whole just want to do raids, I guess.
Yeah. If you're just wanting to have a game where you just do raids with your friends, yeah, I guess just
you just want the MMO raids, then yeah, it makes sense.
Just get the skip potion, I guess.
Yeah, because you can do that.
Yeah,
in
a lot of my
Star Wars
friends.
Republic too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. A lot of my friends have been coming over from WoW too, so they're like, wow, this is so much better.
The Exodus has come in full force.
Wow.
Yeah, they literally were like, oh my god, I can't believe a game where the developers actually care about their player base. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Oh man, I've seen a few real funny videos about the state of WoW right now.
Yeah, it's a mess. I heard that they made one of the main villains like an anti-hero kind of, which apparently everybody was really mad at because they're like, yeah, this person's a scumbag. I don't want them to be good or whatever. So
I know, like,
yeah, I've
one
heard
of the big
it's a mess.
critiques is that one of the big villains is like one of those villains where they have this ultimate secret plan that no one knows, and then there's another character who's like, aha, but I am 3 steps ahead. I planned out 3 steps ahead of you, so you have fallen into my trap. And then the villain's like, but I planned for that. I knew that you would plan this, and now you have fallen into my trap. I think the joke
classic.
The joke was, I'm so far. I've planned so far ahead that the Blizzard devs don't even know where my plan is.
You know what? That's probably legitimately correct. I would not be surprised.
Oh man, what a mess!
The old heist movie classic.
Oh jeez.
Like
it kind of works in Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows, because you get that really cool section at the end where it does the thing where Sherlock plans out how he's gonna beat up Moriarty, but instead of it being like it normally is, like the fight in the first movie, he plans it out, but then Moriarty's like, but this, and it's them both going back and forth in that style, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
I love that scene. That's a great scene.
It's the most anime bullshit, but they make it work.
It works. Guy Ritchie made it work.
It work somehow.
From the man who made Snatch.
Good going, Guy Ritchie. Yes. Classic. I played some Final Fantasy 14.
Yes, Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I should too. I haven't watched it.
Yes.
Yes, Final Fantasy 14. Very fun game. Enjoyed. We'll have to pick up the full version at some point. I also have been playing a ton of Apex Legends with my cousin. Because apparently it's gotten pretty good lately. So we're like, yeah, why not? Let's pick it up. We haven't played it in like 3 years or something, but like, who cares? Let's jump right in. And that game's fun. That's one of the more fun BRs I've played, because it's much easier to win in that one than like any of the other BRs, because there's a lot more focus on gun skill than I think in any of the other ones. So it's a fun game. So it's a very fun game. It's fun to choose specific legends and get good with them. I play the one that's like the medic class, so I can like resurrect people with like a drone and shoot at the same time. It's pretty good. And then you get to call in a little care package. It's neat. It's very neat. My cousin's been playing it a whole heck of a lot more than me. And I think we were playing too well, because the game definitely started throwing enemies at us that were maybe a little too good. We're far outside of our skill range. Oops. So, I think we got a little bit good. Maybe we need to play worse so that we get put in a lower bracket next time.
Just purposely start missing shots.
Yeah, pretty much.
As you're running to your next fight, just start shooting into the ground.
Just exactly. Oh my god.
Lower that accuracy rating.
It's also unique among BRs in that, like, a gun that you pick up by itself is almost always like terrible. Like, they have like next to no ammo, and like you can't really strafe with them, and they don't do a whole lot of damage. So you pretty much have to get attachments, or else you're screwed. So there's a lot of incentive to get stuff in the environment, and it's not like other BRs where it's just like luck of the draw, where if you get bad luck, you're pretty much screwed. If you can find some good attachments, which they're all over the map, like there are a ton of attachments everywhere, it gets a lot easier. So I'm glad for that. You can get an easy edge over your opponents that way. But yeah, Apex Legends, very fun game. Glad I played it. And then next to last is the game I just started playing recently, Slay the Spire.
Hey!
Slay the Spire is a very difficult game. Have you guys played Slay the Spire before?
I heard a lot about it when I think Wooly played it on Castle Super Beast.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? Pat played it a lot. Like I remember him gushing to Wooly about it.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason why I picked it up. I was just kind of browsing through the PlayStation Store because I didn't have anything to play, so I was like, let's pick up something. And they had a section on roguelikes, and so I looked at it, and there was Slay the Spire. I was like, all right, let's play that. I got it. Yeah, it's a very, very difficult game. The way that you basically have to play the game, which there's no indication whatsoever in a game that you have to play this way, is you basically go there. The game is split into 3 areas that are all randomly generated. And after you defeat an enemy in that area, you get the choice between one of 3 cards. And basically, the strat you have to go with is only in the first area do you collect cards. After that, you don't collect any more cards. That way, you can keep like a tight number of cards to strategize through every fight with. Because if you get too many cards, it basically gets to the point where you're just drawing a bunch of cards that don't synergize with each other. So you have to basically, play as few cards as you can manage while still having a good deck. And luckily, I looked that up because I was getting stomped, just absolutely eviscerated over and over again. So I was like, okay, I gotta figure out how to get good. And so I looked that up, and so far it hasn't borne fruit. But I think I've on the average been doing better. So eventually I will get past Area 2, which is very difficult because all of the bosses of Area 2 are stupidly good. It's easy to get past Area 1, but Area 2 is when they all the stops are pulled out, and you basically get destroyed. But yeah, it's a fun game. I have 3 of the 4 characters unlocked. Very hard game, but very fun. I hope that one day I can beat it, though I doubt I will.
It's one of those.
And then it's exactly. I'm gonna keep playing to try to beat it, but like I don't know. My patience is not infinite, so eventually I'll probably just give up because I'll be like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm broken. You have broken me, Slay the Spire. And then lastly, I played. This just dropped this weekend, so I've been playing it a little bit. The Call of Duty Vanguard Open Alpha. We decided to play it, and I don't like it very much at all. The guns are all have really weird recoil patterns, and they all kick really hard. So it's next to impossible to shoot somebody at a distance. Shooting a sniper rifle in that game is like I think I feel it in my real body because it kicks so hard. My controller kicks with it, so it's kicking. It's directly kicking me without even trying. But yeah, no, snipers are crazy. All the guns are crazy. I doubt it'll probably
feel like you're shooting the gun.
Exactly. It's like how Batman Arkham Asylum makes you feel like Batman. This makes you feel like a gun.
You know, I really enjoyed that part of Arkham Asylum where when the goons hit me, the game actually punched me in the face. It was my favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the best part of the game. Easy, hands down. Or whenever you go into the scarecrow sections and you actually start tripping, that was definitely my favorite part of the game.
Oh man! Now that
but yeah, it's a
should have made the Batman VR thing. They should have done it as just scarecrow segments.
Oh my god, that would have been so good! Wow, that would have been great. But yeah, it's a neat little game. I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. It may be one of the first CODs I don't pick up, at least at launch. But I don't know. We'll see. I think that just about covers it for games. In terms of things I've been watching, I've mostly just kind of been watching House. I'm currently on season 6? Yeah, I'm on season 6. I've just been watching a ton of that. That show's addictive. I'm still really enjoying it. I remember I think I was still watching it last time we met up. I've been watching it for a while.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been watching it for a good bit.
Good show.
Yeah, very good show.
Yeah, it's just not for me. I don't like blood and medical stuff.
Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
It's understandable. It is.
It bothers me
gruesome.
intensely. I get queasy watching House.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of people in my family who do medical stuff, so yeah, it never bothered me.
In terms of other shows I've been watching, I tried, and oh Lord God, did I try to watch the second season of uh, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Oh,
I sure did try it, but man, the new character.
Oh no!
Her boobs are just—they're down to her belly button, and it's just like I cannot watch this show. I can't.
Oh my gosh!
There comes a point in which it's just so gratuitous. I cannot physically focus on the show anymore. It's terrible. I hate it. It was only bad enough with Lukoa or whatever her name is.
Oh my
but
gosh!
She had ones that were the size of watermelons, but they made
Real
them
honking,
even bigger for the
Doctor. But then a new character shows up with even bigger. Dragon Maid is just that entire meme.
It's literally that is the show. That's the show. Congratulations. That's it. But yeah, so I watched like the first 2 episodes, then I'm just like, I can't do this anymore, and I had to stop watching it. It's just 2 episodes I watched were decent though. Yeah, if only it weren't for that new character, I think I'd probably enjoy it more. Then I watched a little bit of Jahi-sama, whatever. I don't know how to say the name in Japanese, but it's that show about that. There's the demon woman, and her realm gets destroyed, and she's cast to Earth, but she's trapped in the body of a child, and she has to collect all the shards of the crystal that kept her world together and restore the dark world. And it's absolute moe trash, and I'm enjoying every second of it. It is. I don't know why I like the trashiest, most awful animes, but I just watch them. I can't help myself. It's like junk food for the soul.
Speaking of anime trash, have you seen
the
the stuff for the live-action Cowboy Bebop?
I have not. I've never
yes,
heard
I
of this.
sure have.
By
Well, I've seen literally one
Netflix.
photo.
Oh boy.
It's not going to be good.
It's not.
It's not going to be good.
No,
it's not going to be good.
No.
I have exactly zero faith in Netflix.
From their track record.
Yeah, let's take a look at Netflix track record for live action adaptations of animated properties. Oh, freaking Death Note.
Whoopsies.
Oh God. What else have they done?
Literally the company that started the manga anime Netflix adaptation meme.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I have no hope.
Oh my God.
I have no hope, and apparently the actress for Faye Valentine started yelling at fans because there were fans who were like, "Hey, why? Hold on, the costume for Faye isn't accurate. I prefer the old costume." And of course, because it's the internet, some of them are being dicks about it, but whatever. And then the actress started yelling at fans or something. It's like, yeah, that's
so good.
That's exactly the look you want to have.
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
Just a bit.
Yeah. What else have I been watching? I've gone out to see a couple of movies in theaters. I went out, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I think it may have been 2 weeks ago. I went out on my own to go see the movie Coda, which is a movie about a girl who's the only hearing person in her deaf family, and like about her following her dreams and those clashing with the needs of her family. It was a really good movie. It was very feel good, like Bildungsroman style movie. Very nice, very heartfelt. One of the better movies I've seen in a while, I think. I really enjoyed it. That was a good movie. And then literally just today, I went out to go see The Night House, which is a horror movie about a woman whose husband kills herself, and then she starts to feel a presence in her home. and things just sort of go off the rails after that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. It's very psychological horror, which I really enjoy psychological horror. There have been a lot of really great psych horror movies as of late. Really, the indie horror scene is like probably at the best it's ever been. There have been a lot of really great indie horrors as of late. Like, what is it? Let's see, Inheritance? No, I forget what it's called. Anyway, there have been a lot of really good movies.
Dang it. Heritage? No. Dang it.
I think it starts with an H. Sounds right. But anyway, there have been a lot of great horror movies. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know how I'd rank it among the horror movies I've seen as of late, but it's pretty good. And then I've seen a few other movies.
Hereditary.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I love Hereditary. That movie is so unsettling. That is one of the most unsettling movies I've ever seen. But also very good. It unsettles in a very nice way. And then you also have The Witch, which is really good. Oh my God! And then The Lighthouse. Wow. Yeah, there's so many good ones. God dang.
I need to watch Lighthouse. That one looked really interesting to me.
It is very, very good. That one takes like all of the tropes of the psychological horror genre and perfects them in a way I haven't seen a movie do before. So I would definitely recommend it.
Well, I'm just super down to see Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I was about to say Willem Dafoe kills it in it, and so does what's his name?
New Batman. I forget his name.
Yes, New Batman. Edward Cullen.
Yes,
that guy.
Dang it, I forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Cedric Diggory.
Yes, that one. What else did I go to see? I saw something recently. I went out to go see a couple movies with my family. We went up to drove up to like Fort Worth because one of the Alamo Draft Houses finally opened up there, and so we went out to go see a movie. I can't remember what movie we saw, but Free Guy. That's it. We went to go see Free Guy. That was a fun movie. That movie was Fox taking advantage of the fact that they are now owned by Disney. Because they threw in quite a bit of references to Disney properties. Like, at one point, he gets a lightsaber. At one point, he has a portal gun, which is really cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Portal...
So do you know what?
I don't know what this movie is. Please tell me.
Oh, okay. So it's Ryan Reynolds, and he's an NPC in an online RPG, and he basically gains sentience and has to try to stop the creator of the world from shutting it down. It's a really fun movie. I was expecting it to be a lot sort of cornier than it was, but no, they played everything for laughs. It was a blast. Lots of great references.
How Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds in this movie?
Oh, very Deadpool. I think he wears the Deadpool suit at some point.
Of course.
No, there's a reference. There's a reference to Deadpool, but I forget what it is. They do reference Deadpool in it at some point though.
So is Ryan Reynolds just Deadpool at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's been typecast a bit, just a wee bit. He's great though. I love him. He's fantastic. Yeah, he's fantastic. He killed it in Free Guy.
No, I mean in real life, is he just Deadpool?
Oh yes, he is. He has become one with the suit.
He's just, he has absorbed the essence of Deadpool.
Yes. While I was there, and this is a good segue because I can't think of anything else that I watched. While we were there seeing it, they had a booth set up in the Alamo Draft House for free comic book day. Yeah, so they had a bunch of free like super thin comics for not even for sale. They were just giving them all away for free because it was free comic book day, obviously. And it was awesome. I thought we could only pick up one, so I only ended up picking up one, but there were like multiple in there that I wanted to pick up. Like there was one that was like a continuation of a graphic novel I actually own, and I really wanted to get that one, but another one caught my eye more. so I ended up just reading that one, which was Tales of a Grown-Up Nothing, I think is what it's called. It's about a woman just doing random things in the world. Its art style was like really simplistic, so I was like, yeah, seems neat. I'll pick it up. Why not? And I liked it. So in terms of things I've read, besides that comic, I've been doing a lot of reading as of late. The thing I read right after our last meeting was The Philosophy of Foucault, which is a book about the philosophy of Foucault, philosopher. And very
I never would
eye-opening,
have
that book.
guessed.
Yeah, I know. That one's really crazy off the walls. Definitely a page turner. No, I mean it's very dry. It's a very dry book, just about all of his philosophy.
I mean,
but
a
it's
philosophy book being dry? No.
still good. I know, crazy to think about. Still, it was a good book. Really, I feel enlightened after reading it on the matter of Foucault. Now I know so much about him. I have become one with Foucault. Yeah, that was a neat book. Really enjoyed reading it. Then after that, I read probably my favorite book I've read in probably the last 5 years or so, which was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
guy
Yeah.
he's the guy who wrote The Martian. And that is a very, very good book. That was an absolute page turner for me. I would sit there and just like knock out like 50 pages in one sitting because I was just like, man, I literally can't get enough of this. It follows this guy who's sent to another solar system to stop the sun from dying out. And I don't want to go any further than that because it gets very, very exciting. Like, man, I was going to say once it starts picking up, but it really starts picking up from the very beginning. Like, there's no point where the quality clearly increases. It's just quality all the way through, quality after quality. Probably one of my favorite book I've read since The Martian, which is funny, I think. But yeah, I very, very, very much enjoyed that book and would highly, highly, highly recommend it, especially if you're into sci-fi, because it's very classic sci-fi. Like all of the problems presented in the book, like the main character solves them very scientifically, like through research and experimentation and the use of like mathematics and physics, and very good. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. Enjoyed it because I burned through that bad boy in like a week. And then what else have I been reading? Right after that, I picked up Capital in the 21st Century, which is apparently like best economic book on economics written in the 2010s by pretty much everybody who's reviewed it. It's just about inequality and how inequality fits into capitalism. It's very neat. It's a very neat book. Very, very dry. Oh my God. The data in this book is immense. I can see why people said it's like the best economics book, because good Lord, is there a lot of data. Oh my God. The guy who wrote it, Thomas Piketty, is known as the world leader on inequality research. And like you can tell, like, oh my God, that man is a machine. The amount of data he collected, which is apparently like over 15 years, is just absolutely insane. It's a very long book too. It's like 860 pages. So, guy's crazy. Guy's absolutely crazy. But
boy, if you thought the philosophy book was dry, just get ready for the finance book.
The finance book,
economics,
very fun. Yeah, it's a good book though. I'm very slowly inching my way through it. Luckily, there are a lot of like footnotes and charts and stuff, so it manages to keep my attention even in spite of the dry subject matter. So, yeah, I think that just about covers everything I've done.
Did you ever get back to Hero of Ages?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I finished Hero of Ages. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I had already finished it by the last time we met up. No.
You might have, but I forgot.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I finished the Hero of Ages. That's a good book. That is a dang good book. I love the way it ended. I am incredibly confused as to how on earth there is a sequel trilogy that's set in that world, given the way that the third book concludes.
It is
Because
like
I'm
300,
very confused.
500 years later.
Right, but a certain character, um, what they do at the very end of the book,
Mm-hmm.
I, I don't imagine how there is conflict in the world, but I would be very interested to see what happens.
Perhaps that might be addressed somewhat.
Ooh.
Okay, that's good, because I was just really confused as to where the heck they were going to go from there.
I will say about Era 2. The first book is I enjoy it. It's a very fun book, but it's nowhere near as good as Mistborn trilogy.
Yeah, I've heard it's just very like pulpy, a lot more pulpy than the original three
especially
books. So,
book 1 especially is very much that. I'd say book 2 and 3 pick it up a lot more, especially especially
mm-hmm.
the climax of book 2 on, I'd say, is fantastic, and book 3 has some of my favorite just anything in the Cosmere, and like Steris goes from in book 1 being a character who exists to the end of book 2 being my favorite character in Era 2, and then in book 3 one of my favorite characters that Brandon Sanderson's ever written, and he's written some amazing characters.
Dang. Wow, high praise. Yeah, I think, my friend sent me a list of his suggested reading order, and I think the next one, I'm looking at it here. The next book is Elantris that he suggested I read.
Yeah.
And then Mistborn Era 2 right after that.
Yeah, I would, I definitely recommend going back to Elantris at this point, because Elantris is what he describes as baby Brandon.
Yeah.
So you'll get some stuff, and it's like, okay, it's not as good, but it's, it's still Brandon, but it's like early. It's early Brandon.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll get to the Stormlight Archive, and then you'll be drawn into the whole thing like everyone else.
Yeah, I've heard it is his best writing, so I'm excited.
I would definitely agree with that.
My friend suggested I read that at last, because he basically said if you read that first, or even at any point in the middle, you're gonna, like, everything else is gonna seem lesser by comparison. So he's like, yeah, you have to read that last. Save the best for last.
I would agree to a certain extent, although I enjoyed, because I read publication order for the most part, and I enjoyed having I enjoyed having a few breaks between Stormlight novels, because they're beefy.
Yeah, I'm sure. God, yeah.
Like,
but yeah,
book one is over 1,000 pages, and it's the shortest.
God, wow, holy crap, that's nuts. Yeah, that just about covers it. All my reading, all my watching, all my playing. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well,
now you, Mitchell. You must take up the mantle.
All right, let me pull up the list. Let's see. Then I played a little bit more of Star Wars: The Old Republic, kind of right after we finished last recording, and going through that. And I'm gonna open with, somehow the Immortal Emperor returns.
What?
Again?
What? Oh no!
You fight him for a third time.
But I thought we really killed him the last time.
No, but don't worry, this time, totally gone. For real.
Totally gone for real this time.
Totally.
Don't worry, the Immortal Emperor is dead.
Guys.
The Immortal Emperor is finally dead. You killed his final vestige, his final memory of him.
Turns out it was only 3 mortal.
Yep. Yeah, basically, I think how it is that you finally fight him in, like, his original body.
Ah, one of those.
Because he likes to do that thing where he takes over people's minds. You can.
Oh yeah, Voldemort.
Yeah, he likes to do that thing. So you fought his his Sith Empire form, then you fought his Immortal Emperor form, and then you finally fight him in like his original body. So he's hypothetically dead for real, but we're gonna see if they actually keep him dead.
Yeah, well, next expansion, the Immortal Emperor is back!
I think they are coming out with a big new expansion in November.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're gonna see what they bring in.
I thought I would have guessed that they were just kind of keeping the game on life support at this point, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Well, they're seeing that WoW is dying, and they're like, quick, get more content.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I
don't know if they're gonna
more.
Now there's definitely gonna be some new story stuff because there's some stuff that's unfinished. There's like a new Mandalorian Civil War brewing up.
Oh,
That looks like it might be fun, genuinely.
that actually.
And then there's also there is like the Jedi Order's kind of rebuilding after the war with the Immortal Empire.
Yeah.
So the Sith Empire and the Republic are kind of rebuilding and getting back into fighting each other. Because what else can they do?
I mean, negotiate? No, because the Sith.
It's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars. That's like taking the stars away.
Can't do it.
Gotta have the war.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not called Star Peace.
Nope. Sure not. This is like negotiation. What do you think this is? Star Trek?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're trying to bring back new villains. Make new villains to replace the Immortal Emperor, which, nothing's going to be as cool as that.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
So they brought back an old raid boss, Darth Malgus, which you beat up at like level 50.
Oh.
And he's like, but I'm more powerful than ever. And I'm like, yeah, but so am I. So.
I am more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Yeah, it kind of when you fight the Immortal Emperor, it's kind of hard to top that.
Yeah, but yeah, so far it's still fun enough, I guess.
The Mandalorian Civil War idea sounds fun.
That does sound fun. I'm actually kind of excited to see how that plays out. Because it's like, yeah, I've had enough of Jedi and Force users. Mandalorians are cool. I'll take Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah.
So that does look fun. I did go on one of the 8 to 16 man raids in Star Wars: The Old Republic, which was a lot of hectic fun since I don't know what I'm doing.
And everyone else has been playing this game since it came out.
Yeah, so I literally had to jump in voice chat and I'm like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Please explain things. And they did a good job. They were very considerate and explained things for me. So that was a lot of fun. There was like one boss fight where there's like 3 main bosses and they just keep summoning. They keep taking turns fighting you, and they summon minions and stuff. Until they each get down to 1/3 health and they all jump down and they all summon minions, and it gets pretty hectic, and we had a lot of trouble with that one.
Oh.
Because I just hear like, target this guy, target this guy, target this guy, and I'm like, why is everyone freaking out? And oh wait, I'm the only one left standing.
Oh.
There's one boss left at like 5% health. There's like 20 ads on screen, and I'm the only person left. Oh dear God.
Oh no.
Oh,
I didn't make it. He had like 1 health. He had like 1% health left when I finally died.
Oh.
And then it took us like 3 more attempts. I'm just like, why is everyone freaking out? Why isn't the healer healing me? I'm getting low on. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Good thing you chose Paladin and you can use Clemency to heal yourself.
No, this is in Star Wars.
Oh.
This is Star Wars. I cannot heal myself very much. I am pure aggro. I have very few mitigations and heals.
Oh no.
My only hope is to kill everything faster than they can kill me.
DPS.
So that's a lot of fun.
DPS.
DPS harder. But yeah. And of course, more Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Or I have to try and do more raids at some point in the Old Republic. But yeah, playing more Final Fantasy 14 with Nelson and whatnot, and just going through leveling up.
So, how much farther are you in on the story? I'm curious.
I haven't played since we played.
Oh, okay.
I played other stuff. I got distracted.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I got a polar bear now. That's fun.
Yep.
Still need to get to level 50 and finish up that class quest.
Yeah, yeah. Once you get that, then the game moves at a pretty good pace.
Yeah, I'm definitely at the point where things are definitely hyping up real fast.
Yeah, you're getting the end of.
I'm
end
officially invested in the story now.
Yeah.
It took a while, but I'm officially invested now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, End of Realm Reborn is where the story starts to get really good, and then it ends really strong, and then it slows down a bit for the patches, but then the patches end like freaking strong, and it's my favorite story beat in the game so far.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll definitely go back to that. Or keep playing that. Kind of my own time. I got an itch to play Salt and Sanctuary of all things, which I don't understand why. It's not that good of a game. But I just ran through it again because I still need to finish playing it with Nelson.
Yeah, it is a perfectly passable game.
Perfectly passable. I beat it in like 11 hours since I just do now.
At some point...
Pure strength, just whack things.
Yeah. At some point they'll come out with a sequel.
Maybe.
And then we'll play that. And it...
Yeah, they're making it right now.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, because I think we only have like 3 bosses left on our run.
Yeah, we might as well finish it up.
We might as well. But it's like the last 2 bosses are annoying as hell. I remembered.
Are they worse than the Witch of the Lake? Because the Witch of the Lake was pretty bad.
I don't think so. It's just that the second to last one is just really fat. And it's so fat that you can't... Every other boss fight in this game that you just like dodge roll behind them, whack them, dodge roll behind them, whack them.
Oh,
this one's so fat that you need to double roll to get past them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more stamina management.
My favorite boss in the game...
It has a... I think it has the most health of any boss in the game. It is so tanky.
Oh, yeah.
So it is just a war of attrition, it feels like.
Yeah, my favorite boss in the game was that black dragon that got stuck in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just would whack it and then back away from its attack, whack it, back away from its attack, and it was just glitched into the ground.
Hey, speaking of glitches,
oh,
there's the final boss, which is notoriously glitched.
Oh no.
It has this one attack where like run forward, grab you, and strangle you for a few seconds and drop you. But if you're standing too close to the wall when it does it, it will glitch you into the wall.
Oh no.
And you're stuck. Which means that most of his attacks can't hit you now, but if you have a greatsword that extends out of the wall, you can still hit the boss.
I mean, that's not...
And the final boss, this is a legitimate strategy to kite the boss into getting you into the wall, and then just cheesing it. Because this is a hard fight.
I mean, that's not as annoying as the basically final boss of Demon Souls, who has an attack that can de-level you.
Oh, jeez. That sounds bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Frickin' Alant. Oh man.
Oh, that sounds like hell.
Yeah. I haven't gotten anywhere near there yet. Demon Souls kicked my butt.
Oh yeah.
Even though I've played a lot of Souls games, Demon Souls kicked my butt because I'm not used to it.
I'm getting sucked into that whirlpool because, as I've stated, I recently bought Code Vein.
Yeah.
Because it was on sale for like 75% off.
Yeah, Anime Souls.
I got into Anime Souls, and that's a lot of fun. I actually named my character Edgy McEdgeface.
Yeah.
He looks every bit as edgy as he should. I just made the most edgelord character I could think of.
You gave him a frickin' Zuko scar.
I did.
and his eye on that side has black instead of white.
Yeah, I made the most edgelord character I could think of.
See, there's 2 ways you could have gone. You could have gone edgelord, which you chose, or you could have gone that character from Dragon Maid Season 2.
Yeah. No, I want edgelord.
Oh yes, of course.
I think what my approach for most of the Souls games is going to be is just play through it, get through the game, then read all the lore, then go back and make like a specific fun build and go
that sounds
fashion.
about right. That sounds about right.
And then go for fashion soul. So
Yeah.
right now, I think I'm just gonna go edgelord. Maybe on the next character, or go dragon maid. I don't know. Here's the thing: you can change your appearance at any time. At the base, once you start the game, you can change your appearance.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I've just kind of tweaked the edgelord a little bit.
Beautiful.
Because I don't know what else to do. Like, the game is so edgy that that edgy McEdgeface fits right in.
I mean,
great.
the game is called Code Vein.
It's like you're basically a vampire that collects blood. It's
Oh yeah, was that the one where you could go up to the NPCs in your hub area and like suck blood from them?
I don't think I can't. I haven't been able to do that, but
Okay,
I wouldn't
maybe
surprise me if you can do that at some point.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know.
Well, they do
Elden
give
Ring
you
looks
blood.
great.
Like, basically, you just have like this broken blood type, so
Okay.
they can just give you their blood, and then you can get like their blood abilities.
Ah, maybe that's
So
it.
I mean, I am definitely trading blood with people.
Maybe that's it.
But yeah, that game's kicking my butt. It wouldn't be a Souls game if it didn't, but
sounds about right.
when I run around for an hour confused about where to go, and then an enemy knocks me off a ledge that was hidden around a corner that I couldn't see,
Yep.
I get a tad bit annoyed.
Yep.
But I think that's just par for the course.
Yeah, Souls games aren't always strictly fair.
It's a Souls game.
Looking at you, Red Drake from Dark Souls 1.
Looking at you. But yeah, the first boss, super
Oh
easy
my
peasy,
God.
nice, easy, eases you in nice. Second boss took me numerous attempts. The second boss, how do I explain this? Zora person with a spear that stripper pole dances on it as an attack.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know how else
beautiful.
to describe this.
Oh, it's one of those games.
It's one of those games.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious when the first character you see has like a tattered up T-shirt with big old bahonka donkaroos.
Oh yeah, well, you know,
where
you have to.
Where the fabric of the shirt is very clearly stretched and torn from the size of the badonka donkaroos.
Well, yeah, I mean, they would.
What else can it? It's
It
definitely
wouldn't be anime Souls without the.
It
Gotta
is
have it.
so
Yes.
anime Souls,
Gotta
and
have
I'm loving every second of it. Well, maybe not every second of it, such as when I fall off a ledge.
Man, the first boss of Demon's Souls like almost one-shot me, like the tutorial boss, and I went in thinking like, hey, you know, I played Dark Souls 1 like 5 times at this point. I played through Dark Souls 2. I played a bit of Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. I can do this, and then it just slams its axe down on me, and my health is just gone, and I'm like, oh, I got too cocky.
Yeah, is that like the first boss where like you actually have to beat, or like the boss?
No, it's the tutorial boss, so you don't have to beat it.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm a little frustrated because now I can't go back and beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that destroyed me.
And I'm frustrated because on Wooly's first try, after he had played a bunch of Souls games, he almost beat it. And I didn't even get a single hit.
Yeah, well.
Oof.
I kind of expected to die against those, so I don't feel bad if I die against them.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I've been playing a little bit of Anime Souls, trying to figure out what weapon and build I want to go with. I'll probably just go pure strength. That generally seems to be a good beginner build.
Strength generally works really well in these games.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do PvP, then strength is usually terrible.
Yeah. Which I don't. I don't care about PvP.
No, get PvP out of here.
So then, I've been playing a little bit of Near Reincarnation.
Oh,
the gacha game.
Oh, okay.
You know, the gacha game.
Yeah.
It's a fun little gacha game that fills the void.
Is this game written by Yoko Taro?
I don't know.
Let me look this up, because if it is, then I'm unfortunately going to have to play it.
I don't know how much of an involvement he had in it, but it's definitely very Nier-y. So I've been putting in an embarrassing amount of time into that. I've not put any money into it quite yet.
It wouldn't be a
That's
gotcha
the question.
Game.
How much money? Well, none so far. But yeah, that's an interesting little game that I will have to talk more about when I actually get more into it. And then, the big thing that has been taking up most of my life this past month, Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
Hey.
Doing my second full social link run of Persona 4 Golden. It has consumed my life. I really hope that I can get all the social links done. I haven't been following a guide. I've just been trying my best to get them all done.
Oh.
And
you won't know.
A good amount.
You won't know until like towards the end of the game. Are you doing it as like a first playthrough full social link run?
No, like this is my second run through. I'm on New Game Plus.
Okay, so there's at least that. You have those third options that get you extra bonus points or something.
Yeah, like I've got like all the personas. I always bring the right persona with me. I follow the guide to answer correctly.
Yep.
To get the most points.
Yep.
I've got all of the night ones done, and I've just rescued Naoto. So basically, all of my nights are going to be with, hey, you're not ready to rank up yet, but now you will be.
Yeah.
So that should help speed things along. I've already got the 2 links that you need to get the true golden ending and get like that extra month, I think.
Yeah, you get an extra bit.
But I should be a-okay. Because I do have like half of the social links maxed already, and I've got like a bunch midway.
Now, are you sick of Reach Out to the Truth yet?
Reach Out to the Truth.
The main battle theme when you, or at least in Golden when you get a sneak attack.
Oh yeah. Nah, not quite yet.
Yeah.
I mostly just do the dungeons all in one night.
Yeah.
So I've been spending far more time in the high school sim than I have in the dungeons.
Can someone make a Persona type game that is just the high school stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just a high school visual
novel. I've kind of made my life a little easier because I've made the difficulty settings. I put XP gain and money gain up. So that I just don't have to spend hours upon hours grinding.
That's totally fair.
Because it was definitely pretty grindy the first go around. But yeah,
as any Persona game can be.
Yeah. So I've got all the night ones done. I've got, let's see, I'm trying to think which personas I really liked or which of the social links. I really liked Death, like the old woman.
Did I get her? I think I started her, but I don't think I ever finished her.
Yeah.
I know I almost got through, or I think I might have gotten all the way through Devil.
Devil's interesting.
Devil's interesting. Devil is one of my favorites in Persona 3.
Yeah, Devil was fun in 3.
That was freaking. It was hilarious when I go up to this salary man at night in the mall, and he scams me out of money, and I let him scam me out of money, and then he's like, "Okay, listen, kid, listen, I've been scamming you. You realize that, yeah? And here, I'm gonna teach you some stuff, and then social link unlocked, Devil.
Yep.
That was one of my favorite moments of that game.
Yeah, isn't it Tanaka from like the shop that?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And when I got to Persona 4 and
I
saw Tanaka's store on Saturday, on Tanaka's shopping show on Saturdays, I was like, "Hey, there he is!
I know you."
I love it. I love the references.
Oh yeah, let's see. I've got the Fox already maxed out, which is good.
Oh yeah,
Getting that, just got that done. I got all the fishing done.
Get your SP back in dungeons.
Woo! And I don't need to worry about fishing anymore. So yeah, I should be on track. I don't know how I could mess it up, but it's just that concern of
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
But yeah, just rescued Naoto.
So you have best girl.
Not quite yet. She hasn't joined yet.
But you have rescued best girl.
I have rescued best girl. And this time I will follow the guide so that I can properly romance her because I messed up last time.
Yes, and then you can get the Christmas scene with her.
Yep.
There's even a way to get her to put on a dress in the Christmas scene. Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't like
that gif of like Parks and Rec of Andy.
Yeah, yeah.
like,
The way they translated the dialogue option that gets you that option, I don't like. Like the way it is like she'll ask you like, hey, is my voice okay? And then in the English it says I would prefer it if your voice were a little higher. And it's like I don't like that because but in the Japanese she's talking about using like specifically like, hey, I use the masculine I a bunch. Should I use the feminine one? And you could say, yeah, I'd prefer it if you use the feminine one, I think it'd be cute if you use the feminine one. And then she uses it, and but you can't translate that into English.
Translate that very well into English. Yeah.
Nope. So just go with the tone or how high her voice is or some crap.
Darn. Oh well.
But that unlocks her dress.
But yeah.
Which some people would say defeats the point of Naruto, and I disagree.
Yeah. The whole point of Persona 4 is like personal growth, ain't it?
Yes.
Kind of accepting who you are.
Accepting who you are and growing from it.
Yeah. So I think I think it would be fine. Some be wrapping that up fairly soon.
Some people have some pretty nuclear takes on Persona 4. Notably, Castle Super Beast have some pretty nuclear takes on Persona 4.
Oh boy.
Oh man, when you listen to the old Persona spoiler cast from the best friend cast, it's like they have basically similar opinions to everyone else. And then Castle Super Beast comes along, and then they just throw out the deep takes, which I and many other people disagree with.
Yeah, well, let's see what else. Other than that, I haven't been reading much. I haven't really found time. So instead, I finally bit the bullet and got like an audiobook app.
Oh yeah,
and I've been listening to The Last Apprentice on like the way to and from work, which has been working out pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's been interesting. I got through another book in the series, and I started another one. He's kind of setting up for the finale. I'm pretty close to the end.
Oh, what are you gonna do without your not Goosebumps series?
Probably start on the next, like the sequel series that he made.
Oh,
for it. He made more, don't worry.
He made a sequel series?
It's like he made more. I'm pretty sure.
That's
If not that, then I might kind of dabble into the Rick Riordan Presents series.
Oh yeah.
Or basically like he kind of like sponsored or like I don't know. Like a bunch of other random authors kind of wrote like modern day mythology-esque books. And some of those look interesting. Like there's one on Mayan and Aztec mythology, which
that's always
that
cool.
ought to be pretty good. Like I'd give that a whirl.
I want to hear about Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah. See, I got like a list somewhere. There's like a bunch of like mythologies. It's a big list of books. I won't read all of them or nitpick through them or cherry pick. But yeah, I might start on that at some point. Nah, definitely gonna have to start on Brandon Sanderson soon.
Yes, you will. As he is 40% through his second draft of the last Era 2 book.
Yep.
And then he'll go straight into Stormlight 5, which is the end of the first big story arc in Stormlight, because it's going to be book 1 through 5 is one big story arc. Then there's a time skip, and then book 6 through 10 is the next story arc, and it finishes off Stormlight.
Yep. But yeah, that should be about it for me. I haven't watched anything, I don't think. No.
Alrighty then. I guess that leaves it to
Nice.
me.
Or well,
Yes.
one last thing I want
Take
to
it
mention.
away, Sir
Oh yeah,
Zachary.
what was the one last thing?
Oh,
one last thing I want to mention is that have you seen like what Derma was doing lately?
I don't think so. What has Germa been getting up to?
Derma like put on like a live show production for Twitch where like basically it was like The Sims but real life. And like the Twitch chat could control him.
Oh,
it was like
my
a full
gosh.
production with like a set, props, and like people in the background. It was I haven't watched the whole thing. I've just seen clips, but it looks insanely just well put together and
oh my gosh,
put, like a
Germa.
ton of
that is
put out like Germa's Dollhouse, or I think it is.
Oh my gosh, this man
Twitch
is
plays
insane.
people.
It's insane.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I
I
also have to watch this at some point. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but
in fact,
just
let me
needed
pull
to
up
bring
my
that
let me
to
pull up my
your attention.
YouTube app and search that right now.
Germa Dollhouse.
Yeah, that's one of the first ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane. Germa continuing to just push the boundaries of live streaming.
Indeed, yeah. That's definitely something I'm going to have to watch.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
so
beautiful.
I guess now it's time to talk about what my week month has been. Okay,
how has it been?
So, first and foremost, Neo: The World Ends with You came out.
Yes, it did.
And
what'd you think?
It kind of snuck up on me. So, I got it, and I got it for PS4, not Switch, because the Switch version I've heard has some performance issues because it's on the Switch, and the PS4 version, especially on PS5, is just like buttery smooth, no issues at all. So I've gotten through the first story segment of the game. Like, I don't want to spoil stuff, but the game it obviously has like there's this story segment, then this story segment, then this story segment, just like the first game does. And I'll avoid saying what denotes a story segment because in the first game it's a bit of a spoiler, but and since the first game didn't sell too well, maybe there's some people who haven't played it yet and will play it because they heard this. Not likely, but still, you know. I got through the first story segment and it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It really might be might be my game of the year. Probably will be.
Wow.
The game is just it's The World Ends with You, but with I'm not going to say better, but definitely a more accessible and easy to use combat system. And it's also The World Ends with You, but in modern day, as opposed to back when The World Ends with You came out. Like, everyone has smartphones now instead of flip phones. Everything is everything for the Reaper game is in an app on the phone, instead of getting your instructions through text messages and stuff. The fashion is a lot more modern fashion. Like the main character even like wears a mask as like a face mask as an accessory.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like most of the time he even has it just pulled down under his chin because it's and there's even like one point where his friend is like, "Hey, but come on, you wear a mask." And he's like, "Yeah, but mine's like fashion." And it's like and they even like it's the only game I've seen where they reference like internet stuff. I can't remember if they did like actual memes, but they reference internet stuff and it's not painful. So well then again there was that one What are you saying?
I was gonna say that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
That it's just not cringy.
Yeah, there was that one beautiful segment of Persona 5 that I've seen where you talk to you talk to Sojiro, and it's what's good, Daddy-o, Kek, and that one emoji. That's beautiful, and I
beg your pardon.
I fully support it. Look it up; it's real. I support it.
Okay, I'm gonna call this bluff.
I support it.
Don't believe you.
But anyway, Neil the World Ends With You is fantastic. It first game is required reading, and because like a character shows up within like the first hour of the game, and the whole thing is me as a player. The first game, I'm going, why are you here? Hold on, why are you here? What's going on? Why?
Why not?
And I still don't know why the guy's around, but I will figure it out at some point. I haven't played it in a bit. I got through the first story segment and I stopped playing, and part of that is because it's a decent stopping point, and part of it is because I don't want to just rush through the game because I enjoy it. And I'm trying to refigure out my schedule now that school started back up and work and everything. So I'm still trying to figure out my schedule for doing graduate stuff and work through most of the day. So once I get that back on schedule, then I'll get back into the game. So
nice.
Now that that's out of the way, because World Ends With You might be my favorite game, and from everything I've heard, this is a almost perfect follow-up. And before I get back into it, I am gonna need to go at least watch all the extra content from World Ends With You Final Remix, because I never did get to that, and apparently it does get referenced. So yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
that's out of the way. So
probably important.
most of the time that this month has been taken in has been me doing my masters, because term 2 started up. I have 2 new classes that I'm going through. One is Introduction to Literary Theory, and the other is Story and Concept. And I vastly prefer Story and Concept, because Literary Theory just makes me kind of at times.
Doze off.
Yeah, doze off a bit. Sometimes doze off, sometimes roll my eyes, because it can be very pretentious. But
yeah, naturally.
Yeah, it's
get a bit of the old ivory tower.
Yeah. I enjoy parts of it, but other parts it's like, Other parts it feels like some literary theory is just like kind of inherently navel gazy. Like it's just read this book through this lens. Wow, aren't I deep for focusing on this specific thing in this book? And it's like, I mean, it's helpful.
Yeah.
It can be helpful at times to read something through a specific lens, because you're focusing in on one specific aspect. But even in this class, it's like, like the lessons also acknowledge, you're gonna miss out on some stuff. That's why there's different theories. But for my main project, I've already had to pick out stuff for my main project, so I'm going to be writing about Brave New World by Aldous Huxley.
Ah, good book.
Yes, good book.
Wow, what made you decide to choose that one?
I had to pick that out in week 2, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it was part of a list.
Yeah, it was part of a list of books. The only other 2 I recognized were 1984 and Handmaid's Tale, and I wanted 1984, but that one filled up like first thing, and I was the last person to get into the Brave New World group, so I'm happy for that. But yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. It was 1984 filled up, then Handmaid's Tale filled up, and then Brave New World filled up, and the other 3 I don't even remember. I had never heard of them before, So, who knows? But I would probably have taken one of those over Handmaid's Tale, just because Handmaid's Tale doesn't interest me at all. So,
yeah.
But Brave New World, I honestly could have gone either way for 1984 or Brave New World. Those are both phenomenal books that hold up, not just because they're good, well-written books, but hold up because it's everyone is wondering, hey, is our society Brave New World or 1984? And the answer is both. Ah, boy. But and then I had to choose. Then I had to choose two theories through which to read and write my paper on for Brave New World. So the four theories that we have to choose are psychoanalytical, which is by far my favorite because I find it fascinating and interesting, and psychoanalytical. And I think that
it's super fun.
I love. Oh yeah. And I think of the theories, it adds it brings the most to the table for me, at least, to what I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does play a big part in Brave New World, because a lot of Brave New World society is really just based on conditioning. Like, it shows them conditioning children using Pavlovian conditioning, because Pavlov had introduced his theories and stuff, and it's his research, and Huxley took in a lot of that and just literally just said, yeah, this is Pavlovian conditioning. Then there's feminist, Marxist, and deconstructionist. And I didn't understand deconstructionist theory, and I still think
that's basically Foucault.
Yeah. It's bizarre, and
more Derrida than Foucault. It is very bizarre.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to wrap your head around, because it's just like there's really no other theories like it. Like, it's very unique and of its own. So
yeah, and at times it kind of feels like that guy who's like, well, really, aren't all speeches just words, and aren't all words just sounds? You know, it at times it can sound like that.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that gets annoying.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So I chose psychoanalytical and Marxist because for Brave New World, like, Brave New World is a very, very caste-based society. So so for a Marxist reading, it's more just focusing in on the class differences and stuff, which, you know, that's a big part of Brave New World. Like, I'm not a Marxist. I think communism doesn't work
naturally. Yeah.
But I do think that, like, a Marxist reading is more focusing in on the concerns of Marx in the work. So it's not necessarily an endorsement of Marx, but it is like looking at, okay, how would Marx view this, or what in this book would concern Marx, that kind of stuff. Which, you know,
it's very interesting.
Yeah, it can be interesting, and I think for Brave New World it is interesting because Brave New World is just very well written.
Yep.
And then
for my classes, we got to learn how much protein a cow's getting from grass by looking at its poop.
Oh, wait, hold on. You can see that?
Yeah, but looking at the consistency of the cow patty, you can tell roughly how much, like, crude protein they're getting.
That's actually really interesting.
I was trying to find the stupidest thing I learned in college to, like, juxtapose. Like, if it's like a really solid chunk, they're not getting enough protein, but if it's more wet and splattered, then they're getting a lot of protein and nutrition.
I would have guessed it'd be the opposite.
No. You want sloppy wet cow patties, apparently.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind the next time I'm analyzing cow poop.
I will keep that in mind the next time I go out to my parents' property where they have cows.
Oh, no.
And then story and concept is by far for me the more interesting class, even though I don't think the professor is as good, per se, as the professor for literary theory. The class itself is much more interesting to me because it's all about the story and concept of your writing. So I'm actually like going through and like writing scene breakdowns of a story, writing character write-ups and things like that. So that one immediately engages me a lot more. Like this week I spent all of my free time in my work just writing character breakdowns for just 2 of the characters in the story I'm working on. So and I didn't need to put in that much effort, but I did. And I think the professor is the only one who's responded to my discussion post, but hey, that's how that works sometimes.
Oh.
They see a wall of
text.
Yeah,
it's the same way for me when I was getting my English degree.
They see a wall of text and they go, oh. But it's fun. I enjoy it. So that's all the work on the Masters so far. Moving on to something entirely different. I got into a big Warhammer 40K kick.
Oh no.
Hey.
Dangerous for your wallet.
Yeah, no, I haven't bought anything.
Yes, very. How many figurines have you bought? Oh, you haven't bought any.
Exactly.
Then are you a real 40K fan?
No, I am not a real 40K fan. I don't have an army. I don't have any figures. The only Games Workshop figures I have is a starter set for the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game that I got for my birthday like 15 years ago.
My God.
But a guy on YouTube I found, Bricky, he has 2 hour-long videos that go through and break down every single faction in Warhammer 40K. And just to give you a bit of perspective, the first video is just the Imperium of Man.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty intense.
All the different factions in the Empire. And one thing I noticed about 40K, which I was pointed out way back to me on the Co-optional podcast by Total Biscuit. Way back then, he pointed out that 40K has just the most British sounding names ever for everything. You have the Imperium of Man, the Adeptus Custodes, the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's great.
Maximum British.
It's maximum British. And then you even get different flavors of British, like the orcs. The orcs, oh boy. The orcs all just have stereotypical, like, Cockney accents.
I love the freaking orcs, man. Like, because I know that, have you watched any videos on the orcs yet?
I have, because Bricky is also a main member of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast, which I've listened to a bunch of episodes of, and I listened to their whole episode on the orcs.
Yeah, my friend, he's super big into Warhammer 40K, and he was talking about, like, factions we might want to choose or play as, and he described the orc one to me, where, like, the orcs operate machinery, and, like, through pure force of will, they make them work or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, chaos magic.
Like, they're
How
all
is it again?
slightly psychokinetic.
Yes.
And if they all think the same thing, then they can, like, warp reality or something.
Like,
which is a concept that I love.
And I love that. I love that so much.
They paint
all of their ships are red because they think red is the faster color. And they all believe that, so it actually works.
It's so good. Oh,
yes.
Dude, there was one thing. There was a joke in the 40K community for a while that purple orcs are invisible because you've never seen a purple orc, have you? And then I believe they made that canon.
Oh my God. That's beautiful. I freaking love the orcs. That's my favorite part. If I ever played 40K, that'd be the faction I'd go for. It sounds like so much fun.
If I were to
I'm never gonna play 40K, but man, do I love the lore.
Oh man, it's fantastic, dude. There's a story about the orcs where I don't know if it's actually canon or not, but this space marine is fighting a bunch of orcs, and then he runs out of ammo, and then he just decides he just points his gun and goes bang, and then an orc falls over dead. And so he just keeps going bang, 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 and he kills all the orcs. Because they believe
beautiful.
that he has ammo.
They should be dead.
Oh man. And then there's another one where there's this group of orcs that all dress up as pirates. And they just have bicorns and jackets and hooks and peg legs and everything. And there's this story about this group of orcs, and they're all out, like their ship breaks down, and so they go out and they're fixing their ship, and another orc ship comes by, and the orcs go out in their spacesuits, and they go and they see the other orcs, and the other orcs aren't wearing spacesuits, and they go, "Oi, why are you wearing spacesuits? You know you can't breathe in space." And all of those orcs die. I don't know if it's canon, but it's hilarious. Oh man. So yeah, I highly recommend Bricky's videos and the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast because it's just, yeah, man, it's great. Did you know orcs are fungus?
That sounds like a blast.
Orcs are fungus.
Orcs are fungus. Seriously, they're a fungus.
Beautiful.
There's a joke. There's a meme. There's a 40K meme where it shows this Imperium planet, this Imperium hive mind planet, and it lists the population statistics, and it's just trillions of humans covering the planet, and there's still some orcs on the planet.
Dang.
Because you cannot get rid of them unless you burn the entire planet. Which, and I think like,
God dang.
Yeah, I think they've said at some point, like, if the orcs ever actually stop being stupid and form together in a united cause, they would take over the galaxy.
I believe it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they're not even the most terrifying faction. The Tyranids are freaking terrifying. Because the Tyranids have hive fleets, and they just come in from outside of the galaxy. And if you look at a map of where those fleets have come in, it's at like completely different points in the galaxy. So there's a theory that the entire galaxy is surrounded by Tyranids.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's freaking nuts.
That's awesome.
My favorite faction is the Adeptus Custodes, who are the basically the royal guard for the Emperor of Man. By the way, the Emperor is a corpse on a throne.
Yeah, makes sense.
And he's been alive for 1,000 years. Or just kept alive there, and they sacrifice, I believe, 1,000 souls to him every day so that they can keep warp travel moving. It's insane.
It's awesome.
Also, there's a theory that the reason that the Emperor has stayed alive this long is because the orcs all believe that he's alive.
I love that. I love that idea.
It's great. But anyway, the Adeptus Custodes are just like regular Imperial Guardsmen, just a regular ground troopers, like 6 feet tall. Space Marines are 7 feet tall, and Custodians are 8 feet tall. They're these giant demigods. They're freaking cool.
That's nuts.
And they're also, if I were to get an army, it'd be them, because you don't have to get very many models because they're all really powerful. Like, I think they're one of the cheapest armies to get because you don't need that many. I think the only one that might be cheaper is the Imperial Knights, but that's because they're the giant mechs. And the issue with that is it's like playing chess, but you have 4 queens.
Huh.
So it's a completely different way of playing, and it's, from what I've heard, it's kind of like a noob stomper a bit, where as soon as you know how to play against it, they can't do anything. Unless it's the Tau, because the Tau are in a terrible place right now, because the game the game went from being kill base, kill the entire army, to objective base, hold the objective, and the Tau are all long range.
Oh shoot!
Like the joke is, like, if you see a Tau, they're losing. And they used to be like just horrible to fight. Like there are people who hate the Tau because when they were introduced, they were basically the good guys in 40K, which is kind of dumb because 40K is all about being grimdark. There are no heroes in the grimdark. It was like in the grimdark future of the world, of the galaxy, there is only war. That's like the tagline for 40K.
Yeah.
And then you come out with the good guys.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, but they've gotten better. Not the tabletop. They haven't gotten any better. They've gotten much worse, but in lore they've gotten better.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So I'm still on that kick. I'm still listening to episodes of Adeptus Ridiculous because it's a great podcast. And there's a lot of just dumb stuff in 40K that's just either really interesting or really hilarious. But that did get me on a bit of a Warhammer kick. So I went back and I tried to play Total Warhammer 2. Or Total Warhammer 2. But everyone just calls it Total Warhammer because, you know. And I was like, okay, let me boot this up. You know, who do I want to play? I haven't tried the Tomb Kings yet. I haven't tried the Undead Egyptians. Let me try those. Those guys are pretty cool. And I started up, and it takes like it always takes like 5-10 minutes to load into the campaign map. And then I get in there, and the voice acting isn't playing, and the music isn't playing.
Oh no.
And only the sound effects are playing.
Oh no.
So I save the game and I quit out. And I load the game back up and I go through another like 5-10 minute loading screen. And it's all playing. The music and sound effects or music and voice acting are playing. And then I go and I go into a battle. I play a few turns, go into a battle, and the battle takes a freaking long time to load. And then I do the battle and I have fun, and then I realize, you know what? My computer isn't good enough for this game. I finally accepted it. My computer just can't handle this game. It's too beefy, and it's unfortunate because Warhammer 3 is going to come out soon, and I'm not going to be able to play it. I'm not going to be able to run it. Dang it. So I'm going to have to get my Total War kick from Medieval 2, which is fine because I prefer Medieval 2 anyway, but you know, that's me. And if I need a Warhammer kick, I can always get the Warhammer mod from Medieval 2, which I've heard is different from Total Warhammer 2, but it's just as good. But I would like to point out that Warhammer Fantasy also has some hilarious dumb stuff. Like I played as the Tomb Kings. And the Tomb Kings have I played as SWOTR, the main Tomb Kings guy, and when I go into the game, it does the opening thing, and then it gives me a little quick blurb of, hey, this is welcome to the game, and it says SWOTR's names, and it's so long. He has so many titles. So here, let me just start reading. I don't think I'm gonna get through the whole list, but let me start reading. O mighty SWOTR, great king, the imperishable, Kemikara, the great king of Nehekara, king of kings, opener of the way, wielder of the divine flame, punisher of the nomads, the great unifier, Commander of the Golden Legion, sacred of appearance, bringer of light, father of hawks, builder of cities, protector of the two worlds, keeper of the hours, chosen of Petra, high steward of the horizon, sailor of the great vitae, sentinel of the two realms, the undisputed, begetter of the begats, scourge of the faithless, carrion feeder, the first of the Charnel Valley, rider of the sacred chariot, vanquisher of vermin, champion of the death arena, mighty lion of the infinite desert, emperor of the shifting sands, he who holds the scepter, the great hawk of the heavens, arch sultan of the Atalan, waker of the Hierotician, or Hierotitan, monarch of the sky, majestic emperor of the shifting sands, champion of the desert gods, breaker of the ogre chains, builder of the great pyramid, terror of the living, master of the never-ending horizon, master of the necropolises, taker of souls, tyrant to the foolish, bearer of Petra's holy blade, scion of Usurian, scion of Nehek the great, chaser of nightmares, keeper of the royal Herat, founder of the mortuary cult, banisher of the Grand Hierophant, High Lord Admiral of the Death Fleets, guardian of the Charnel Pass, tamer of the Lich King, unliving Jackal Lord, dismisser of the Warrior Queen, charioteer of the gods, he who does not serve, slayer of the Redditress, scarab purger, favorite of the Usurian, player of the great game, liberator of life, Lord Sand, wrangler of the scorpions, emperor of the dunes, eternal sovereign of Khemri's legions, seneschal of the great sandy desert, cursor of the living, regent of the eastern mountains, warden of the eternal necropolis, herald of all heralds, caller of the bitter winds, god tamer, master of the Mortis river, guardian of the dead, great keeper of the obelisk, deacon of the ash river, belated of wakers, general of the mighty flames, summoner of sandstorms, master of all necrotex, prince of dust, tyrant of Araby, purger of the green skin breathers, killer of the false gods champions, tyrant of the gold dunes, golden bone lord, avenger of the dead, carrion master, eternal warden of Nehek's lands, breaker of Jeff's bonds, and many, many more. And that is actually at the end. Etc. is the end.
That's a few
Good
names.
grief.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's freaking great. Cetra is fantastic, and I named my save file. Setcetera, basically.
Etc.
Yeah.
Etc.
Oh. Man, it's
Beautiful.
I love it. And like Tomb Kings aren't even my favorite faction. I'd probably say if I were to get a Warhammer fantasy army or Age of Sigmar, but I don't care too much about Age of Sigmar because I don't know the lore as well. I'd get Skaven because I like the crazy evil rat people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy evil rat people, I tried to play Vermintide 2. And I was like, okay, I know I don't have enough room for this on my PC right now. So let me delete a game. Let me delete Mordhau, because I think that's a pretty big game. So I'll delete Mordhau, and then I can put in Vermintide 2, because I was in a Warhammer kick. I want to play Vermintide, because Vermintide ran decently well, and maybe it'll run better than Warhammer 2. And then I go to download Vermintide 2. It's 90 gigs.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
And it turns out Mordhau was only like 20-something gigs, so that didn't make up enough room. So I re-downloaded Mordhau because, good lord.
God.
Yeah. So
That's nuts.
that'll be for a much, much later time. Probably when my PC is upgraded more.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's gonna take a lot of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did play a little bit of Mordhau.
Unfortunately.
Mordhau is a lot of fun. Mordhau's just a great fun game to just mess around with. I mostly just play the Horde mode because I have a lot of fun with that. And I've gotten it down pretty well. I no longer have to just run around with a crossbow and snipe crowds as they chase me. I've gotten to the point where I can melee them pretty well, and that works out. That makes it a lot more fun and a lot more engaging. I've gotten I'm getting levels and gold to customize my appearance more, and that's a lot of fun. So yeah, good game. I also played some Team Fortress 2.
Yep.
Still my favorite multiplayer game. I played a little bit on Uncle Dane's servers because Uncle Dane made his own TF2 servers, and he made a video just recently about the experience of running TF2 community servers. And so that got me to go, well, maybe I should actually try out these servers. I've thought about it for a bit. Let me try them out. And yeah, they're really good servers. It's nice to play a game of Team Fortress 2 without worrying about bots.
Hey.
It's also nice to play a game of Team Fortress 2 without random crits or random bullet spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that game is amazing, and there's a reason that it's going to outlast WoW. At this point, it almost certainly will.
Unbelievable.
Here's the thing. TF2 fans don't hate the developers because there are no developers. Oh boy.
Ooh.
So of course I played Final Fantasy XIV.
Woo!
It's the game where if I have no time for any other game, I generally play. I'll either play like a game or two of TF2, or I'll play Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
And I've gotten through all of the patches between Realm Reborn and Heavensward, and like I said earlier, the last story beat before Heavensward is my favorite bit of the story so far. It was fantastic, and I get to the end of the story and it's great, and then I start up the next cutscene, which is the first cutscene of Heavensward, and all of a sudden every single voice actor is different.
Oh no.
Which is something that nobody told me about before. I had no clue this was coming, which is why I'm saying it, so you can prepare yourself, because I'm
mentally prepared.
Yes, because I'm still trying to replace Alphino's new voice, because Sam Riegel's voice was just burned into my skull with him. But new voice acting is generally, from what I have heard, new voice acting, and from other people's impressions, new voice acting is generally just better across the board, with a couple exceptions. Thancred's...
But you still need to adjust to it. Yeah.
Thancred's voice actor, I've heard, is just as good in both versions. And Alphino's voice is just as good, although it fits his age more in the new one. His new voice actor fits his age more. And I've heard that Merylwyb's voice actor is the one where everyone agrees she's better in Realm Reborn. And she's the only one.
Wow.
Everyone else is like either better or the same.
Which one is that?
The Limsa Lominsa lady.
The tall lady.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which sucks because her voice actor was really good.
Yeah. I like her voice, so.
Yeah. But they apparently switched casting agencies, and so now they have a lot of British voice actors, which is honestly better than Americans doing faux British accents with mixed success.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a couple of Xenoblade voice actors in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm all for. So yeah, I've started Heavensward. I've gotten a decent ways in. Story and pacing so far is pretty freaking great. And the missions setup is better than a Realm Reborn. Like I got one mission where it was go kill a bunch of this type of enemy so far. I got one of those missions, and the enemies were literally right next to me, so it was like, oh, it's no big deal. I'll go kill them.
Oh, okay.
So that was nice.
Gotcha.
And there was one segment where it loaded me into an instance thing, and it was just me running through this icy wasteland, and then alone, and the music starts playing, and it's just it's gorgeous. And it's the main theme. It was the main theme for Heavensward. By the way, if you watch on the main menu, if you watch I don't know if it's there for free to play players, but if you watch you have the option to watch the opening for each of the expansions. And if you do that, it switches the title screen over to that expansion. Temporarily, unfortunately, but it does switch it over.
Yeah, I don't think I get that.
Yeah, don't watch Heaven's Words opening because it has spoilers for literally the big event right before Heaven's Word.
Whoopsies.
So don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Yeah.
Because that's a great moment, and I would hate for you to spoil it.
I don't think I can anyway. I don't think it's a free player thing.
It might not be. But really not a lot more to say about Final Fantasy XIV. I got Dark Knight.
Ooh, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's fun.
Nice.
Dark Knight is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, Dark Knight starts off at level 30, and all of the content for Heaven's Word starts at level 50.
So you gotta grind.
Oh, shoot.
Gotta grind.
Darn. Oh well.
But yeah, it's still fun. I have been kind of keeping up because I've been keeping up with Asmongold playing through FF14 because he recently, it was big news that he went over and started playing FF14.
Yeah, I think that dude's clips have been popping up on YouTube, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah. He's huge streamer, and he was a big WoW player, and he's been slowly falling off the bandwagon of WoW for a while, and then he decided to finally play FF14, and so far he's loving it, so that's good. And I did watch a video where he interviewed a guy talking about the freaking ERP section of Final Fantasy XIV.
I know somebody who's into that.
It's freaking bizarre, man.
For real.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, she's in our D&D group, though she hasn't played in any of our sessions for months. But she has 170 million gil.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she got paid one time to go on a date with someone in game.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a strange.
Okay.
It's a strange world.
Segment.
It's a very strange world.
It is fascinating, but it is strange.
Quite.
But it was definitely an entertaining video. So there is that.
I'm sure.
Think that's about it for FF14 so far. I haven't gotten to the point where Harsh Funt's the best character yet, but I'll get there at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then other games I've been playing, I mean, Cookie Clicker is still there.
Wow.
Yeah. Consuming your life.
Yes, I did make the mistake of just only buying in 10s because I just a few days ago started buying in 1s again, and my cookie per second has just gone up exponentially. So I think that probably picked up on the recording. I just did some stuff in Cookie Clicker. So that's what that was.
Gotta keep it going. You can't stop. Can't sleep.
But yeah, that's a game. I haven't ascended yet, and I won't ascend for a bit because I looked up the guide on ascending, and they say wait as long as possible, and I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere near where you guys are. Maybe I should just buy in 1s, and then I started buying in 1s, and I started buying in 1s, and my cookies have gone up exponentially. My sex life has never been better.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's a thing.
Beautiful.
I played a little bit more of Skyrim.
Yeah.
I killed my first dragon.
Okay.
Killed my first
Skyrim
dragon.
VR.
And I got my first follower. And I went through another dungeon. And I'm like, yeah, this is a game that I want to come to every few months and just play a little bit and have fun.
Yeah. I need to get back on Morrowind.
You should, because
Yeah.
Morrowind's the better game.
Oh, I love Morrowind. I'm a little scared to try it on the PC because of the mods that I had.
Oh.
I would have to like re-download all the mods and make sure
yeah.
they're all set up correctly before, or I'm worried that I might corrupt a save file or something.
Yeah, that would
So
suck.
I think it might just be a laptop game for now.
For the time being, until you decide to stream it. But then you could just set it up like all new for a new stream.
If I decide to stream it, I'll just start over on a new file once I finish my old PC run. Because I'm pretty close to ending the game. I just want to do like all the exploration stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is another 100 hours, but
yeah, well, it's an Elder Scrolls game.
It's Elder Scrolls.
That's the appeal.
It is, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah.
Especially now that I can break the game with alchemy.
Well, don't worry. Skyrim, another version of Skyrim is gonna release.
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, they announced it already, man.
Oh,
God. Before we hear anything else about Elder Scrolls 6, hey guys, another version of Skyrim.
Woo! How old is that now?
2011.
They can't not.
Oh, I don't like that.
11. It's almost 10 years old.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yep.
Dude, it hurts.
Don't care much for that.
It freaking hurts.
I don't like it. Time is ever speeding onward, and it terrifies me.
Oh boy. I played a few other games. Apropos of very little, I decided to buy and play Miitopia.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the RPG with Miis. Except it has so many more customizable options for Miis. It's insane.
Yeah.
It is insane what people have made with this. Like, hold on, I can boot it up real quick. Yeah, my party is me, and then my I have Saber from Fate Stay Night as a warrior.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do. I have Tifa from Final Fantasy VII as a thief. And I have Makoto from Persona 5 as a cleric because I needed a cleric. And then my first town, I had a freaking you have to choose like who the townspeople are gonna be, and it has like default characters, but why would you stick with the defaults? Because that's boring. I chose like there was a freaking lovey-dovey couple. So for the guy, I chose handsome Squidward. and for the girl, I chose darkness from Konosuba. Oh. And then another one was a mother and her son. And the son is this annoying little kid, so I made him Sans. so my first boss was a monster with Sans face on it. Oh man. This game is full of that. I watched a bit of Pro Jared's playthrough of it, and there's a king later on in the game. And he made the king Duke Nukem. Oh, I remember who I made the mom. I made the mom Bayonetta.
Beautiful.
Hello, I'm Bayonetta, and this is my son, Sans. Oh, man.
Yeah, that seems to be like the only reason
Truly
I get that game.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's hilarious, but I don't know if it would carry me through the game.
It is a decently fun RPG that I use as a bit of a time waster if I need to walk somewhere away from the computer.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like waiting on a raid for FF14. Oh, that's something I could have talked about with FF14. So, when you get into the when you get into the patch stuff, the patch content, it says the Crystal Tower raids open up, and it says, "Hey, listen, you're gonna have to do the Crystal Tower raids at some point before you to keep going with the story." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do those eventually." And I got to the point where it said, "Hey, go do the Crystal Tower raids." Like, okay, fine, I'll go. But it was at a decent point where it was like the story kind of stopped for a moment. The story was at a stopping point, and Minfilia tells you, "Hey, go do something else." And then I went and did the Crystal Tower raids, and that was fun. It was the first big raid that I've done in the game. It was, I believe, 18-man raids. I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what it was. Because it splits you into 3 squads with 1 tank, 2 support, and 3 DPS, I believe it was. and the wait times were like half an hour, and I'm playing Paladin, so I don't want to know what it would have been like if I was DPS.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. 98% of the reason why I picked tank was for wait times.
Although it seems like in Excalibur they always need support, so maybe support has better wait times. Unfortunately, I have no desire to play support, so
yeah, tank is stressful enough.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like I'm trying to babysit a bunch of suicidal children.
A little bit, yeah. Or children who start wandering off in the opposite direction, and then you have to wait for them at the final boss of the dungeon, and they're nowhere to be found, and so you check the map and you're like, how did you even get there?
Timmy, where are you?
But the raids are fun. It's a big old, like, complete different version of Final Fantasy 3. Like, there's a lot of references to Final Fantasy 3 in there. And it's a better game than it's better to play than Final Fantasy 3, because Final Fantasy 3 is great until, like, the Crystal Tower, and then the Crystal Tower is atrocious. But I got some really good gear there that I'm still wearing, and it's a little odd because it looks better for a Dark Knight, but I'm a Paladin.
So, oh yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, well, it looks cool, so who cares?
Yeah.
The mechanics are interesting because there's like points when a certain boss does an attack where everyone has to run outside of the ring to this platform to activate a barrier. And we wiped on that boss at least once because people didn't know to do that. But I paid attention to the text chat, so I knew to do that.
Yeah.
There's a few things like that are fun. Like just splitting into the different squads, and each squad is a different thing they're supposed to do for this boss fight or that boss fight. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to do more big raids because I actually had fun.
Yeah, the raids are fun because of like the cooperation that you need to do.
Yeah. Another thing I remembered for FF14, I downloaded the Endwalker benchmark.
Oh yeah.
Which I told you guys about, where it's just a benchmark for your PC, and my PC can run it fine. It's just long load times.
Yeah.
But you get to see cutscenes with your character in it. You can use your own character, or you can create a character, and the create a character includes male Vieira.
Yeah.
So
I also downloaded it to check out the male Vieira.
Yeah, so I made a male Vieira, and I'm definitely gonna use that character as soon as Endwalker comes out. Because I like the basic human that I made, but listen, the male Vieira is more interesting looking.
And you're giving us crap about cat girls.
Yes, because cat girls aren't nearly as good as Vieira. They're too basic.
Twink.
Listen, I'm a man of culture. I appreciate bunny girls. I don't know. Also, I can have my Vieira have a scar over his eye, and I don't know if there are any scars for the cat girls. I don't know. There might be, but
I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
There's
I just made a character. There is. Yeah, you can get one right over the eye.
Well. Listen, the tail is unnecessary. The bunny girl ears are better.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, we lost Aaron. There he is.
Hey.
I'm keeping that in.
Yep.
But yeah,
yeah, Male Vieira does look interesting, but I'm gonna stick with the cat boy.
I mean, that's fair. Listen. As much as I crap on the cat boys and cat girls, they're better than Lalafels.
Yeah. Yeah, the cat people are just that perfect blend of I can basically recreate myself, but I just get cat ears now. I can be not a normal human, but I can also more or less recreate myself. It's just that perfect mix.
Yeah.
And the same with Vieira.
Yeah, Vieira are fun. I had already made like a Vieira girl in the game, just in the character creator, and it turns out you can use those for your what are they called? Retainers. And now that I have retainers, because I am paid subscription member, I have a female Vieira retainer and a Hrothgar retainer.
Interesting.
The big lion people.
Oh yeah. Oh goody, another excuse for me to use that character creator.
Yep. So yeah, that's fun. I am excited for Endwalker to come out because of the male Vieira. Everything else is I'm not gonna get there for a while. The actual content of the expansion I won't get to for a while because I got to get through Heaven's Word and Stormblood and Shadowbringers.
Yep.
So anyway, that was a tangent. So yeah, Metopia is fun. It is a fun little time waster, and it has a lot of the appeal that oh, what was that game? The one where you have a bunch of Miis and they just live on an island.
Tomodachi.
Tomodachi Life. It has a lot of that appeal, but it's a little fun basic RPG. So yeah. So I played that. I played a bit of Rayman Legends. Because I got that on PS Plus a while back, and I remember playing the demo for that game a bunch on my Wii U. Because Castle Rock is just a really fun level. Because it's like a 2D platformer with a bit of a rhythm game element to it, and I got all the way through the first world to get to that level, and then I stopped playing because I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. I'll come back to it because it is just a really fun game, but I got what I wanted from the game, so even if I never play it again, I got what I wanted. I might just come back to the game just to play that level again because it's a lot of fun. But I'm sure that other levels in the game are like that, so I want to see what those are like. And the last game I played was I played a bit of Ridiculous Fishing, which is a mobile game that's a lot of fun, where this guy who goes fishing. You tap the screen, you cast down your net, and you tilt the phone to move it side to side, and you avoid fish as far as you can. And then you get to a point where either your line runs out or you catch a fish, and then the reel goes back up, and then you want to nab as many fish as you can, and then it launches them out of the water, and you shoot them with a gun. You shoot them out of the sky with a gun, and it's a lot of fun. You just tap the screen and you shoot them. and then you get tons of different upgrades, like longer line. You get a longer line. You get a different lure to where you can tap the screen and it'll drill down so that you can bust through fish in case there's a big old group that you don't know how you can maneuver around. You can bust through them. But that costs gas, so you can get upgrades to gas. You can get an upgrade that's just a toaster on your line to where the first fish that you hit, it zaps it to where you get a second chance. You can get different guns. You can get a freaking minigun or a shotgun or things like that. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a nice little time waster when I don't have anything to do. So I just turn that on for like 5 minutes and then put it away. I've almost gotten to the end of the game. There is an end of the game, and I've heard it's actually kind of emotional, so I'm looking forward to it. And now it is time for the Wheel of Time Power Hour.
Oh no.
So the last time we talked, I was about to finish The Great Hunt, which is book 2. I finished The Great Hunt. It's friggin' great. Of the first 3 books, I'm not sure. That's a hard choice for me between those 3 because I like them all for pretty different reasons. But Great Hunt is fantastic. Then I read The Dragon Reborn, which is book 3. Dragon Reborn is very different from book 1 and 2, and I like it a lot. But it's still typical fantasy at that point, but it's just the structure's very different. Because the main character is like almost a side character at that point. Which is really interesting. But it's fantastic. I can't say enough good about it. And now I'm on book 4, and I've slowed down my pace a lot because school started back up, so I don't have as much time to read. And also Daniel Green slowed down his read through. He's now doing a book a month instead of a book every 2 weeks, which is good for me because I'm gonna fall behind anyway, so I won't fall as far behind. But The Shadow Rising is where the Wheel of Time becomes the Wheel of Time. And yeah, this is so far easily the best book, and it's now the series is really becoming unique, and it's really, really interesting. And when I heard that, when people say that the world of the Wheel of Time rivals the Lord of the Rings in depth, it does that because the cultures are so intricately detailed. And the history of those cultures is intricately detailed. There's a culture there's a people called the Aiel, right? I believe it's the Aiel, and you get a whole history of how they became the Aiel, going from where they are now backward all the way to this is where they actually used to be this kind of people, and this is how they became the people they are now. This is the whole history of these people and their culture. And then when you see them doing things in the current time in the story, it makes a lot more sense because of where they came from and everything. And it's fascinating, and I friggin' love it. I haven't read it in a good bit, just because I've been getting used to being back in school, but it's fantastic. I can't say enough good about it. So I will continue on that. And yeah, I believe that's about it. I did watch the first episode of a documentary on Netflix about the Nobunaga in Japan, the feudal era Japan. But I only watched the first episode, so I haven't gotten that far in, so I'll hold off on talking about it until later. But it's pretty dang good. And that, I believe, is it. We're at almost 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Almost.
Also, soon, for you people listening at home, soon we're gonna have we actually played FF14 together one time, and soon we're gonna have a highlight video coming out of that.
Oh yeah.
If I can get the freaking thing to download, because the computer that I download it to just keeps losing internet connection randomly, so I'm gonna have to figure something to fix that, because that's an issue.
Yeah. All right.
Or a workaround of some kind. But it'll be there. It will be there. And I believe.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. See you later, everybody.
All right.
Oh, Mitchell, I have seen what's that show that you wanted us to watch, the one with the frogs?
Oh, Amphibia.
I have seen a meme going around of that.
A meme?
Yes. Play the Forbidden Note.
Oh, play the Forbidden. Yeah, that one has been traveling around YouTube for a minute.
I went down a train of like 20 of them. And of course, there was one that just played the first note of Megalovania, and I knew immediately what it was.
Yep, I think I've seen that one.
So for the outro thing, I will give it a try of my own.
Play the Forbidden Note.